available as middleware. And these range from physics, so your full game physics, world collision detection, add-ons like destruction to make destruction environments, tool chains for that. Of course, there's character animation and authoring tools for that. AI, pathfinding, nav mesh generation, loading here, and we also, do the less graphical and the creative products like Lua scripted virtual machines. And so all these can sort of like a pick and mix. You can pick some of them and put them into typically either another third-party engine, but mostly people put them into their own development changes where they develop their own in-house engine, which, as we know, mostly that is still at the very much the AAA level. But a few years ago, we actually acquired a game engine company. We didn't have a full end-to-end game engine ourselves, and we acquired a company called Trinergy, and they had the Vision engine. So over the last few years, we've kind of been going through the process of integrating both how Havok works and our tools and our SDKs and our libraries within a complete game engine environment. So although the Vision engine is still much, an engine that's been around for quite some time, we've obviously adapted it to how Havok has worked. So we've integrated the full Havok physics into it, for example, and all the other products integrate seamlessly as well. One of the other things that we've got now as well, we also acquired a company called Rocketbox, who do libraries of characters and models. Mostly on our military and simulation business. We've got a separate business that deals with that, but they also supply characters and models into other industries as well. So if you want to find out more of any of that, just either talk later on or go to the website and have a look. So cross-platform is one of the things that Havok's always concentrated on, and again that evolves over the years. When you first start with PC, and then the first consoles come along, PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, PS3, and so forth. So Havok has always evolved and maintained all of their products completely cross-platform, and we will optimize specifically for each platform as well. And we're pretty keen to obviously keep doing this, and one of our core strengths, as I said earlier on, was physics, and obviously that's one of the hardest products to actually optimize on any platform. So as of now, the completeness, as you can see at the bottom there, of what we support, but it's literally all the platforms that are out there to develop on we support, down to now obviously the mobile platforms, and we do have all the products running on mobile platforms as well, even this. Going further, again, as I was talking about the evolving nature of the industry, more people are getting into the industry, there's more accessibility into making games. Havok has also had to kind of change the way we make our products available to everybody. So, we now have a scheme where we can give companies that have got smaller budgets, specifically when you're looking at smaller projects, which is kind of moving towards talking about iOS and Android and mobile development specifically, the budgets for development are very small. So we try to adapt, and we are still adapting to make sure that we fit in with someone's particular budget. So the tools and the technology is still accessible to them. Again, this could be an individual product that someone wants to add into their particular game development. There's still quite a number of independent developers that do maintain their own engines, purely because that's just the way they like to work. And others may just take off-the-shelf third-party engines and crack on straight away. So we feel now that we've got that flexibility to offer to everybody, So that then leads on to Project Anarchy and why Project Anarchy came about. So as I said, we've got so many products and so much technology to offer. And it was clear that the acceleration of mobile development was getting to a point there where, and you'll talk to anybody in the street, no one knows where it's going to go. But if you're not with it, you could be out of it quite quickly. So Project Anarchy was our way of taking a bundle of our products and making it available for specifically mobile development. So it is free if you are just doing mobile development. We also wanted to take our technology that has been used in a lot of the AAA titles over the years and make it more accessible, even more accessible, I should say, than people with moderate budgets, as I talked about on the previous slide. And also kind of grow the name of Havok more from the bottom up. Whereas before it was always the top down. So you may have heard of Havok, but everyone goes, oh, it's too expensive. We're not doing a AAA game, so therefore it'd be nice to have, but we're never going to have it. And finally, obviously, the students getting into the industry, we wanted to be able to have a free offering again that anybody could just take and download and get to use the same tools that they're going to be using in the industry. So, just give you a quick overview of what's in it, or what it's about as well again. So it's completely free if you're just doing Android, iOS and Tizen mobile development. And recently we just announced that it is also going to include, of course, their scale form as well for free. So it's a C++ engine. There's a whole load of documentation and tools. I keep thinking we're going to give people too much and it's going to be frightening to people, but there is a lot there, and we are every day adding tutorials and documentation to make sure it is easier and easier to get into. There are upgrades to additional platforms, so when the free becomes not free anymore. One of the first things we've done is allow any game you're developing for mobile, you can then, for a little charge, $4.99, put that out on PC. But what you're doing is basically taking the same game that you would have deployed on iOS, Android, or Tizen, and you're putting that out on PC. So you are restricted graphically, etc. So you just have to be aware of that. If you want to go further, then onto mainstream, you're targeting just PC, or console. Then that's when you have a discussion about a moderate budget and how much it costs as a full license would be. And the full licensing, we sort of add in things like you'll get support, so it's no longer community support. You get full support. You get access to additional source code and things like that. So, what makes up Project Anarchy? So, the Vision Engine, I won't go into too much detail. That's all right. Come in, sit down. I won't go into too much detail. You can read as well as I can, and Stuart will kind of explain some of the things as we go through the presentation. But that's just some of the highlights of the Vision Engine. So we're kind of different. We're kind of different. It's a full, as I said earlier, full C++ engine. So there's a lot of accessibility there. There's for asset management system, and we know there are other key things in it. It does allow for multi-user editing, so if you want to do some collaborative projects, then that's not going to get in the way. It has Havok physics fully integrated. You don't get access to the source code. There is some source code in Project Anarchy, but that's mainly to do with the main engine SDK. But you get complete, as I said, the Havok physics in there, but without the source code. So you've got full access to that. So that will be similar if anybody's already downloaded the Havok PC free version of Havok physics that we download through What else is in there? So Havok AI is also integration in there for nav generation, wall climbing, pathfinding, typical things you want to do with AI. So that's all in there as well. All documentation again for each of these is all going to be in there. And there's more for Animation Studio in there as well. So you've got all the authoring tools for doing character animation, all the algorithms for compression, IK, retargeting, and all the like as well. So on the PC, again, from the Intel side with the Havok physics, you would have got access to Havok animation, which would have been just the SDK, the runtime SDK. So for the Anarchy, you get that runtime SDK already integrated, but you also get the entire authoring tool as well, which you wouldn't have got previously. So all that becomes available. And then finally, before I hand over to Stu, a couple of weeks ago we announced a competition, just to spice things up a bit, with a prize of, even I couldn't enter because I'm not that good at game development, of designing games, but $100,000, and anybody can enter. Well, there's country restrictions, unfortunately, which the UK's not part of that, so we're fine. But you know, if you work for a company, it doesn't matter. You can enter the competition, so it doesn't mean you have to be someone independent. You know, anybody can enter this. So you know, it's a kind of get everybody involved. You know, obviously a bit of a marketing to get some commercial companies taking up Project Anarchy as well, and you know, they can look forward to winning a prize or someone in their company. So final submissions for that run all the way until May 31st. So, 100K? 100K. Okay, I'm going to now hand it over